Fellas, what's up?
Hello.
Hello.
Good evening. Good day.
Rocking and rolling.
Good day.
Well, I don't know when people are listening to this. Could be in their
That's
morning
right.
drive to work.
That's right. Could be in the morning drive.
Could be the morning drive. All right. Welcome to Action Club Podcast, your weekly hangout for great conversations, big laughs, and even better vibes. I'm DeMarco Crum, joined by Ben Weber and Tanner Spees. This week, we watched The Night Comes for Us, and we can't wait to dive in and share our thoughts. Whether you're listening or watching, we're glad you're here. If you enjoy the show, don't forget to share it with your friends and follow us on Spotify, Instagram, and YouTube. Now, let's get into it. The film for tonight was The Night Comes for Us. And it is a 2018 action thriller and actually has a 92% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, which is pretty awesome. And I think that's amazing. The stunt choreography was obviously insane. And it has our guy, Iko, is it Uwais or Uwais? Do you know, Ben?
Eco UWAIS.
Yeah.
UAs.
I feel like
I'm gonna go
Uwais, Uwais, something like that. So his his third appearance, because we did both Raid movies.
both raids. And maybe
So
John Wick 3.
yes, he was also in John Wick 3. You're right. So wow, he's a four-peat. So
I think both the two lead guys are in John Wick 3.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely one of the guys. There was also the other guy that was the really super badass, tough guy, kind of villain, who just killed everybody and just literally wouldn't die no matter what they threw at the guy. Directed by Timu Jajanto. That's my best guess. And amazing Indonesian film, our third Indonesian action movie, which is awesome. So representing all corners of the globe. And Ben, let's give it over to you, man. Why'd you pick this movie and what do you love about it?
I saw this movie when it was relatively new in 2018 on Netflix. It just came up in my movies you might like.
Oh, really? That's how you found it?
It was just presented to me.
Oh, sweet.
And I started watching it.
Was it a Netflix film?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And I was like, this is fucking sick.
Yeah.
And then I watched, I don't know, I've seen 3 other movies from this director. They're all nuts. Had shot The Big Four, which is like a comedy. It's kind of dumb.
Okay.
And then he has a new one called The Shadows Stray.
Oh, that's on my fucking list too. Have you seen that?
Yeah, it's
Fantastic.
Excellent.
And so he clearly is inspired by the Raid. And
yes,
it's just relentless, but it's super gory. And it's like a horror movie. I just watched for October, DeMarco knows this.
Yeah.
I watched all the Friday the 13th movies.
My man.
And there's all these crazy kills, obviously.
Yeah.
They're not that crazy. Compared to this, where there's a dude smashing a billiard ball in somebody's face.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, I'll put 3 of them in the pocket.
Yeah.
And I'll smash the bed with that. So, I don't know, I'm into it. After the first half an hour, it's just flat out people trying to kill each other. So, I don't know. I think it's a really good movie. I've seen it 3 or 4 times. And I wanted you guys to watch it. I don't know. This is as actiony as it gets.
I love it. I couldn't agree more, man. It was, I guess I was surprised by how violent it was, even though we had seen the Raid and I recognize our guy from the Raid, but I just still the first few fight scenes, I'm like, oh right, this is next level.
So it's NC-17. This is hardcore.
It earned
a
that
lot
rating.
of blood.
Lots of blood.
A lot of blood. It's
and there were no scenes where it was like you see the person get stabbed and the camera pans away. It's like, no, we're locked in. You're gonna see everything You're
Yeah,
literally
the
going to see
only
the
time the
entire
camera didn't show something was when someone was perceived to be dead, but didn't actually
Right.
die.
Exactly.
The storytelling and like acting,
Shit.
not great,
Yeah.
but it looks amazing.
The acting
And the action's
was-
incredible. You
was
can
rough.
tell it's got a low budget. Like,
Oh, but the choreography is
It's beautiful.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like the length of those scenes. Can you imagine being an actor fucking
relentless.
for the oh my god.
What a workout.
Well, I remember
What a
watching
workout.
I think it was the second season of Daredevil,
Mhm.
and there's a really cool hallway. I'm sure you've seen it, Ben.
hallway
the
fight.
the hallway fight, which is really cool. But like, oh man, I mean, and it's still really cool. It's still just exhausting to watch. Really badass. Just a
Which is inspired by the other movie, where the guy comes back, right, and fights
Yes.
down the hall. The old man.
That
What's
does
it
not
called?
narrow it down.
I know what you're talking about. That's the funny part.
He's getting old. He can't remember as much.
Oh,
But it's
man.
very Damn, Tanner,
Old
that's
boy.
tough.
Old boy.
Old boy. Old boy. Yep. But it's the fight scenes just keep going, and I agree with what Tanner said. I mean, the actors, I mean, they really showed up and went to work. I mean, those fight scenes were just absolutely insane, and just the progression and when the two guys, the final fight, you're like, oh dude, he just stabbed him in the stomach with a fucking screwdriver. He's obviously done. Oh no, he's not done. He's
No.
still gonna keep
No.
fighting.
No, he's got like 20
he
more
just
minutes.
stabbed him in his mouth through the cheek with a box
That
cutter.
was
Oh, he's definitely
fucking
done.
wild.
Oh, whoa, he's actually not done.
Oh, he
It
can
just
talk.
kept going.
Oh, he can talk. Yeah.
Like, how has he not bled out internally and externally?
Yeah.
So.
A lot of action there.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, man. I know we usually get into the categories in order. We gotta talk about the most innovative kill, because that's it's gonna take some time to hash that one out. And feel free to throw up some contenders.
Full of a bunch of fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Honestly, like one of the things that comes to mind, and there's many in this movie, is when he's I forget if he kills somebody. I'm pretty sure he does. When he's holding the bone in the butcher's
Oh,
shop, and then I think it
yeah.
gets cut in half, and he
Yep.
stabs him in the face, and he stabs the other guy in the back or something
Mhm.
like that. So you're killing somebody with a bone that's been broken in half. That's pretty fucking innovative, if I would say.
Pretty primal.
I
yeah.
agree.
I also really liked when it's another fight scene. I forget which one.
There's so
But,
many.
The movie?
The whole movie is one fight scene,
yeah,
right?
the
Just one
whole
long
movie
fight
is
scene.
one fight scene. But getting your throat cut on the glass in the windowsill.
Oh, yeah, the
Oh,
scrape
yeah.
along
The
the edge.
scrape along the edge. That's
That was
pretty
gnarly.
fucking-
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love a throw the grenade and then have somebody block it and explode.
Yeah.
And you're protected from it.
Face
Because they're wearing armor.
facial exploding bomb. Yeah. Inside. Oh, that was a great fight scene too. Inside the back of the police car.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. I haven't seen.
Yeah, that was impressive. That was impressive. I think the pool ball one you mentioned earlier, Ben, that reminded me of.
Yeah.
I
The
think
pool
it's
ball is, like,
in.
hurtful.
I don't remember if it's GoldenEye or if it's Tomorrow Never Dies, but one of the Pierce Brosnan ones. I remember he's on a yacht. I think it's GoldenEye, and he actually takes a towel and he puts a pool ball in it. He uses it to take out a bad guy, and it's just a classic scene. He knocks the guy out quickly, sets it down, and then quickly, adjusts his tie to make sure his suit's good to go. So, but that was only one pool ball. That dude had 3 in there. And the hair. The camera zooms in. It's got the blood in the hair, probably some brain particles.
The detail of the
They did not
gore.
fuck around on the gore detail. Even another innovative kill was when White Bobby, arguably my favorite, one of my favorite.
Oh yeah, shout out to White Bobby.
Although short-lived, yeah, shout out to White Bobby. When White Bobby, after he took all the bullets to the metal, it's wet sign. He's fucking smashed that guy's head in with the sign.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, and then in the detail of the movie is like they literally showed that man's like face like split open and smushed down
Yeah.
into the concrete floor.
They
But yeah,
really
he
did.
murdered that man with a fucking caution it's wet sign.
In honor of White Bobby, we have to bring something up that we were talking about during the movie that we need to bring up during the podcast. DeMarco's like, oh, here we go. If you're like, hey, I'm gonna hold him off for a little while. You go. I'm giving you some lead time. Get out of here. Go
immediately.
Honor me by leaving.
White Bobby,
Don't just hang out 10 feet behind me,
yeah,
watching me get killed.
Yeah. The point of him doing that was so that you had extra time, and he was like,
make my sacrifice mean something.
Yeah, the whole first 30 minutes of the movie, I was reading it as faith, and it's not faith.
Yeah, get out of here.
It's definitely.
I also read it as faith.
I read it as faith until I was like, I don't think that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
not the character from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, someone else.
But that's any action movie. If I'm like, hey, I'm gonna hold it down for a minute. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like in 300. Like, dude, you got to go. You got to tell the story, right? That's your job.
That's right.
Make sure you survive. Honor my memory. Tell the story of what happened.
And that guy did.
Yeah. So there you go. And he did his job.
I also really liked. It's not like, I mean, actually, it's kind of innovative. Is that fucking weapon that girl had?
It was so
piano
cool.
wire on
the piano wire.
ball.
I think I've seen that kind of thing in other movies,
like a little mini bolo.
Right, but I've seen it more as like someone's like riding a motorcycle or something like that, and then they just get their head chopped off, kind of like into that steel wire. But I don't think I've seen it in that fashion. And I liked that she first, got his fucking wrist basically just like split that shit open.
Oh, that was gnarly, man.
Yeah. And then when she died by her own marble wire situation,
was that something?
That was a good one too.
Ironic.
I kept thinking of what was the girl's name?
In front of her girlfriend who got fucked up too with the fucking knife through the throat. I'm surprised that she didn't rip it out. Oh, that's what I was gonna get. All right, go ahead, Marco.
What was the name of the younger lady assassin in Kill Bill? The very last, they had the swinging chain weapon with the blade thing on it. I can't remember what her name was now, but her versus piano wire chick is
your Kabarda.
It's like the greatest fight that never happened.
I was gonna say a fun fact about this knife that I like is the little divot in the bottom. This is used when it's traditionally used, like I think for cutting the necks of cattle, and then that little divot place is for so it drains the blood easier versus going,
it's pretty gnarly. Well, you can obviously, like, the curvature of the blade, and they obviously did it in the movie. You can totally see how that design would definitely it would do maximum damage. Just, oh my God, talk about some gnarly business.
It's another baby version, but little tiny versions of her little fucking.
You get the little guy
knuckle thing.
Look at that.
Which are very sharp.
Boy,
there were a lot of fucking fantastic kills in this. I don't think that we could unanimously.
Yeah, I remember as a kid, and obviously Ben remembers this era just like I do. That, like, late 80s, early 90s, the Van Damme Seagal era, where people's elbows were getting hyperextended like left and right in their movies. And I remember as a kid thinking, oh my God, that's so gnarly. And I mean, it is, but like after seeing all the joint dislocations,
broken bones,
and the guy, one of the guys,
the most is the teeth, but yeah.
Oh, the wine glass into the mouth. Just oh man,
Oh, that was a good one. Wine
that was
glass into the
brutal.
mouth and then fucking head into the table. Oh,
Yeah.
that was a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. I will say, I think the magazine papers and the duct tape for the makeshift armor, that was pretty
Oh,
clever.
yeah.
Smart.
I mean,
That was
that was
smart.
pretty freaking smart.
That felt kind of Jason Bourne-y.
Yeah. Why I thought initially I thought he was gonna wrap them around his arms and tape them and use them, as almost like, like the wrist armor that almost like Wonder Woman uses. And yeah, I was very surprised that he just went kind of whole body with it. That was cool. That was really neat.
Yeah.
So
that was good stuff.
that was fun stuff. I don't know. We may just have to just say that the whole movie is one very innovative kill.
One very innovative kill.
Yeah, I mean, it takes like 10, 15 minutes to get into the action, and then it's just on for at least an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Honorable mention, I did love when Ito is in the back of the van with like essentially 5 SWAT officers, right? And he's obviously like kicking the shit out of all of them. When he pinned the weapon up against the guy holding it, and he took the stun baton thing to his face, and then he ended up killing his own teammate accidentally. Just oh my god, that was pretty awesome.
That also reminds me of all the fucking giant fish hook kills that happened in that movie. Just lots of like into the trap, into the balls, into the face, into the neck. Lots of fish hook kills, which I also love.
You're into
I'm into a fish hook kill.
You like the fish hook situation?
So. I do. It's disgusting, right? But it's that's action.
But it's still pretty cool.
Cut across.
Yeah, he did.
He got jokered. Yeah,
meat shop.
He got jokered.
He jokered that
smile too.
Yeah, he got smiled too. Yeah. Oh man, and so it's funny. I feel like the two. So best stunt. That was one of the other ones where it's just like there's the whole movie is just so. It's just one amazing stunt. So we can come at us in the comments, viewers. Let us know what you think.
Yeah, I mean, it'd have to be chalked up to like one version of the choreography that was done, but
yeah,
I have one other thing to point out that has something to do with the choreography, and it doesn't really fit into any category.
Are you gonna talk about my pet peeve? Because we gotta talk about that too.
You can get into your pet peeve.
Yeah.
Maybe it has something to do with your pet peeve. I don't know.
Okay.
But what I've learned from this movie and the Raid movies is that every room in Indonesia has plenty of room in the middle to fight. There's plenty of floor space.
Concept.
Yeah. To just fucking throw down right in the middle of the room.
Yeah, and they also have plenty of floor space to gather in a large group and then attack.
Plenty of space for the guys to circle around.
And wait so that they can do it one at a time. That is my biggest pet peeve.
I was watching the one scene that when he first goes into the clubhouse at like the beginning of the third act, right?
Yeah.
And there's dudes in the background just kind of like just shaking around, right? Kind of shuffling on their feet.
Yeah.
Because they're hardly actors. They don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And they're just looking awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get in there.
Yeah.
I love
when
there's
like
pet
20 guys.
Action movie.
Tanner was complaining about this, and then 3 seconds later, the guy's swinging a body around on his shoulders.
He's doing the fucking Brock Lesnar,
Yeah.
swinging the guys around.
And thank God they have all that floor space to do that.
Yeah. Well, just think, like, I mean, to Tanner's point, if those 5 or 6 guys with the machetes came at him at once, like, there's just no way. I mean, obviously he was
that.
It's not a movie.
His upper body was armored, but if they'd have caught his legs, obviously, or his head or his neck, I mean, he would have been
even if both toast. Of those, the blonde girl and
they're henchmen and they're dumb.
You can't be that fucking dumb.
They're dead.
I would have
bad.
gone and found a gun. And just shot him. Yeah. Everyone's got machetes. You tell me you got no guns in this whole place?
There's a lot of machetes in
a lot Indonesia. Of machetes. I would have thrown a machete, right?
There's a machete in every room.
In every hand in every room. Yeah.
So which made me think about just a really funny thing for obviously Ben, you've seen the Rewatchables podcast. One of their questions is like, would this movie be better? You know, with like he says like Danny Trejo, Sam Jackson.
Oh
I
yeah,
think Danny Trejo would have held his own with a machete.
Jason Voorhees, who I've
Jason-
just seen a lot of big machete.
Jason
guys.
would have been ready to roll. All right, boys. Let's get into the first official category and hash this out. Actually try to narrow it down. The Polly Award for most useless character.
Oh well. Hold on. I was gonna say the little girl, but then she kills
I
a
was
guy.
too.
She does fucking kill a guy.
She does kill a guy, and it's
killed the
pretty
guy.
awesome.
That's pretty innovative.
That was
I think
awesome in the
most
car.
useless is the girlfriend, who gets sent away. Who's like go stay your
she's
mom.
definitely the most useless character.
Oh, that's a good call. Because she just leaves. She didn't leave.
'Cause she
tosses
is
her
just
phone.
there, and then she gets to the bottom of the elevator, and White Bobby's like, "Get the fuck out of here!"
Yeah.
I
For
mean,
the win.
I don't blame her because that was the smart decision, which was to
Yeah.
just fucking leave.
She's
Yeah.
chilling someplace.
She is. She's
So-
on a train. She's reading a book.
But the little girl, she fucking stabs the shit out of that guy in the
She
car.
does stab the shit out of that guy.
Yeah.
She got him right in the jugular. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that wasn't even like, she's like, cool, what's next?
It's like she's in prison, just in the yard.
Yeah.
she's ready.
Yeah. But then
Oh,
she was
you know who
stupid
else-
later because she came out during that fight from the bathtub. Stay
That's
in the
right.
fucking bathtub.
Now, you know who else would be all about that knife action, stabbing multiple places in a flow state, obviously, would be our guy, Mr. McCall, from The Equalizer. He'd be all about
true.
that.
That's very true.
Although they didn't use a corkscrew, you know, he would have come in with a corkscrew, you know, like he did in the first movie. So no, I think it's unanimous. I agree. The girlfriend who essentially
she played no
did nothing.
part in the whole movie.
She lived.
and again,
Good for her.
white Bobby potentially could have left, like gotten out of that elevator with her, maybe made a run for it. Probably if they'd have done it, they would have died.
Nah,
But
White Bobby's a
He's
he,
only got 1 foot. He's not making a run.
but he,
He's
yeah,
making
but
a
he.
limp.
Talk about just going out on top. Probably the greatest amputee fighter in a movie. Like I don't even know if there's a competition. I mean, obviously, Rolling Thunder character.
yeah.
But you know,
Tropic
he's obviously
Thunder?
really badass. Tropic. Yeah.
There's the chick with the blade feet in one of the Secret Service movies or the Kingsman movies.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
The comic book is called The Secret Service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The chick with the blade feet.
She's awesome.
She's pretty badass. Yeah. Yeah.
I think she's a double amputee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't think in
badass.
real
But-
life though. I think it's
But
just
she's
the-
not
Just the movie.
White
Yeah.
Bobby.
But White Bobby,
White Bobby's reign
Scrappy.
supreme, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
he's a tank.
I love how he just storms in there and he just says, "Do you know who I am? Go
Yeah.
ahead and shoot me."
Yeah.
Do you know whose turf this is? Like, I love the
White
confidence.
Bobby's
Confidence.
a fucking psychopath.
That's acting. That's
And I love
acting
it.
right there. That's high level acting right there.
White Bobby was the best actor. Yeah.
That was pretty awesome. So yeah, and obviously just talk about a guy with serious just stamina, just total grit, to just go the distance. So yeah, definitely unanimous. The Bishop Award for most underrated character.
Yeah. I mean, we only saw him for like fucking 10 total minutes, but he made an impact.
He made a
Clearly,
mark, yeah.
We've mentioned White Bobby like 10 times in this.
White Bobby
podcast.
is a fan favorite. Yeah. Do you guys feel like the girl that shows up a little bit later with the
Mhm.
Uzi silencer?
Motorcycle
I feel
chick.
like she did a lot of pivotal stuff. She's probably not underrated. She's probably pretty appreciated for saving the
think
day,
pretty rated.
sparing
rated,
she kind of did a lot. She spared Ito. She got the girl to the boat. Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess she's probably not underrated. So
This is the
yeah, I
thing.
think
I've seen this movie, I don't know, 4 or 5 times.
You,
I have no idea who that woman
2
is.
hours ago, you said 2 to 3 times.
Whatever. I'm
oh
counting
yeah,
now
you know
tonight.
you don't learn anything about her.
I have no idea who she is. She's fighting him or saving him.
Oh yeah, we talked about
Flip flopping every 2 minutes.
Yes.
What?
it. Her
What?
character line is confusing, but she's not underrated.
I think when she came back, that was confusing. The first time was like, okay, maybe I'm going to kill this guy. Oh, you're protecting the girl. Oh, you're not maybe you're not
but
one
why
of
did
this.
she come back? And then
Why did she come
didn't
back?
he say
Yeah.
like if you protect the girl, then it's all then we're all good. Like you'll get what you want, which is me dead, which didn't make sense because I don't know. Anyway,
It's very reminiscent of Ilsa Faust in the Mission Impossible movies.
yeah,
Who is also
very,
a badass and rides a motorcycle
very
and
much
comes
so.
out of nowhere and
yeah,
is
Yeah,
holding her own.
exactly.
yeah.
We don't know her motivations, but I don't know. I didn't understand.
I didn't get it either. I thought she was a good character. She's a badass fighter.
Yeah.
But
I don't ask too many questions.
no, I don't think the movie
I don't need
asks
to
you.
know.
Yeah, I don't think the movie wants you to know.
I agree.
As we talked about, it's not really a plot movie.
The movie could have told me 5 times, and I just went right over my head.
I mean, White Bobby has been spoken about a lot. I feel like I need to get us some White Bobby shirts.
I don't know what he was doing there either.
You know what I
don't
mean?
think anyone knows what White Bobby is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's got to be White Bobby for underrated. He was in the movie for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, maybe maximum, but made an incredible impact.
Yeah,
But it was pretty epic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. White Bobby.
Pretty solid. I agree. White Bobby for you. I don't think if I get the shirts, I may just get his picture. I may not put White Bobby on the shirt.
Please
You
write
can't
White
do that,
Bobby.
no?
You can't do that.
That might
Actually,
confuse
you
people.
Can do that now.
So it could be
White
confusing.
Bobby is RFK Jr., right?
Yeah.
So
that's right.
oh damn! I knew we were going this way. So at some point.
We couldn't resist for a whole podcast.
Oh
okay,
my
go
God.
ahead. All right.
So, come on, Ben. We're supposed to stay evergreen, man.
That's fine.
Oh my God.
Okay,
So I the lines that I did like that I just thought were kind of cool, kind of interesting, philosophical.
Were there lines in this movie?
Yeah, well, one of them that I read, it was like my fate in life is to create death, which is what Ito says when he's talking to the girl. He's kind of telling her all about his experience, obviously as the six, one of the 6 C's. And then the other line that Fatih says, which is there is no time for regret. I think that's what he said. Like there is no time for regret, or there is no regret. Like obviously right before he dies. I thought that was cool. I was like, you know what? Hey, this is where we are. This is life, and everything we've done has brought us to here, and there's no point in being upset about it. Let's just accept our fate. Very stoic. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, true.
We're not. There was no deep lines or like good one-liners, but we weren't missing them either.
I really.
That's true.
Until we talked about lines right now, I forgot that anyone said anything the whole movie.
Yeah,
So.
Yeah, I would literally every time something happened, I would react, and then I would look to see you guys. I mean, Ben was just chilling because Ben's seen it so many times, but I kept looking to Tanner to see.
Oh, your face really made me laugh. You'd be like,
oh man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys like.
I also realized today that you're watching every movie in full lights on mode. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, he's lit up.
Are you watching the movie with all the lights on every time I watch a movie?
He's not dimmed at all.
Just one overhead light.
That's the light on.
Yeah, I guess that's the lights on. Yeah. Well, if I have the lights off, you guys can't see me. Although I guess that happens with Ben too, and I guess it's not really a huge deal, but
yeah, I don't mind it. So if you don't mind it, but I was like, oh shit, this guy's got the lights on in every movie.
It doesn't bother.
It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother you. It's fine. It just made me.
I'm just the lights on guy. That's just how I roll, man.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. This one is, I feel like this is an easy yes, but would this main character make your starting 5 to protect you for 48 hours? I'm gonna say
Possibly.
a fuck yeah for like almost all of them. If I could have all of them like on the same team to protect me, absolutely.
I would say the big 3, like the 2 that fought at the end, and the chick,
Arian,
the mysterious chick,
and Ito, and then a nameless, underrated character.
Yes,
I would agree
Uzi
with
girl.
that. I also think, and this is going to be a wild card, White Bobby. Okay, that man is a psychopath with the utmost confidence who can clearly take a hit or a bullet
Yeah,
or a
he's
punch,
tough.
give it back, and is honorable.
I think like in sports terms, he's a good glue guy or like a good locker room guy.
He
Right?
is a good locker room guy. Yeah.
But
I love how much
people
time we're
like
spending
him.
on White Bobby.
I like White Bobby. People like
Yeah.
him. I think he's also,
Max effort.
of the max effort.
He's
and in
max
the heat
effort
of
for
the
sure.
battle, he is lethal fodder, basically.
Yeah.
And he'll fucking love it.
Yeah.
It's like, he was excited about fucking getting fucked up and fucking people.
And if he sees it's going bad, he tells you to get out of there.
Exactly. He's like,
Oh, yeah.
you guys go. And in that case,
He's a
I
team
will
player.
take his advice and I'll get the fuck out of there. Yeah. I mean,
So I think it's a case of I would choose the first three.
yeah.
But if I get stuck with White Bobby,
It's not the
I'm
worst.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the other category, we renamed it. I originally had called it the best name for a band/album. Ben renamed it to something better, which is which name would you steal for your project? So could be band, album, anything.
coffee shop.
Coffee shop.
White Bobby.
Um,
No.
White Bobbies. Come to White Bobbies.
There's a pizza place near where a few of us are recording this that is called White Sports. White
Ooh.
Sport. It's
That
in
doesn't roll off the tongue.
it's in a Magoon Square in Somerville, Mass. A
White
place
Sport?
called White
Where is it?
Sport.
Is it in that fucking?
It's a pizza place.
Oh,
Who knows what's
interesting.
going on in there?
White Sport.
Right.
It's Fight Club.
So you can't have White Bobby.
White Bobby would be a funny fucking name for a project.
Ito's. I feel like Ito's Eatery.
Eat
That
at
could be-
Ito's?
That could be
Eat at
Eat at
Ito's?
Ito's. That could be cool.
That's a good one.
I like that.
Also, I would definitely never order any meat from the Yona butcher shop because that stuff's all mixed up.
Oh no, there's people in
There's
there.
people in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
The sausages.
I don't.
People eat.
I'm not trusting
This-
I'm not trusting sausages or burger patties.
No.
Or
No,
steaks. I'm not
that
trusting anything coming out of that shop.
You seen that? Ben? It's a good show.
The name of the gang, the 6 C's.
The 60s
The six-
sounds like a good metal band.
That sounds
That sounds
good
metal band.
I was gonna say
60s.
yeah, just something.
Yeah.
It could be 6 C's.
What was the
Um,
other? What was the other? The Seven Butchers. Oh shit, the Seven Butchers would be cool too.
The Seven Butchers were-
is a good
That was
one.
the staff at the meat shop.
Yeah, which was funny. But you remember
He
he
got
yeah,
7
used that.
butchers.
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
7
Seven
butchers. That the 7 Butchers would be really cool. That actually sounds like a horror movie. That could.
And he's
that could
looking
be the
around. He
name.
only sees 6 butchers.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a stupid thing to say.
It was really dumb.
It's almost like it's a movie
Yeah.
and they had to tip him off.
I love how he
Um,
had a shotgun in his face and he was just laughing maniacally, like he was the Joker.
Yeah,
That dude was out. I mean, everybody in the movie was out of their minds, but that dude was just extra.
He was
little
crazy,
extra
but
crazy.
he didn't have the guts and the business to back it up. He was just regular crazy. Like he got barely punched and he was crying and was like, all right,
Yeah.
we're good.
Yeah, he folded pretty quick once his
Folded right away.
7 butchers got butchered.
Yeah, that's right. They didn't last very long.
I also, man, that he wasn't wearing a mask either. He was cutting meat and like the blood was just spraying on his face. I mean, talk
I
about
think he was cutting a person.
Yeah,
he was, and it was, I mean, yeah, and it was
meat is a person,
Oof.
Ben.
yeah,
A person.
Yeah, but I'm
is
being
meat.
specific. He's not just cutting a
It's not just meat.
cow
It's a
meat.
person.
Yeah.
be more specific. Yeah, that's true. But,
he
like,
was
even more
cutting
reason to have a mask
person like
on.
a cow.
He was butchering.
Well, he had him.
I mean, was he just not worried about any bloodborne, pathogens or illnesses? I guess he's probably like, I'm
a man who was worried about bloodborne pathogens.
definitely not. He's probably like, I'll be dead tomorrow, so it's fine, whatever. he knew where the life was
The
going to take him.
psycho cackle really didn't play into like I'm worried about getting disease from this.
The lady with the piano wire weapon versus the Kill Bill assassin, the girl that had the chain with the blade on it, she was swinging around.
Oh yeah.
The two of those in a fight would be pretty cool. And obviously it's like a long range versus a short range weapon. That could be cool just to see how they navigate that situation. And she also got killed by her own weapon, which is kind of cool. So
I feel like all the people with those long,
Specialized
weapons always get killed with
They
their
eat
own weapon. Yeah.
Yeah, they eat it.
yeah.
Yeah. So maybe that's a note to self when you're fighting. Like, just choose like a normal knife or a gun, and you probably won't get. I mean, you'll probably get killed with it, but not as likely as a fucking mace or
Well, you see the
specialized wire.
guys that do well in these movies, or women, they can just pick up anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Whereas the other ones are like, this is all I gotta find my fucking.
I need my specific.
I need
thing.
my fucking.
I will
fishing
say, yeah, and to your point, this is not. I'm not bragging by saying this,
Oh, boy.
but I did. No, it's not bragging. I promise. I signed up for. Have we talked about this? Have I told you guys about Kali?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a Filipino martial arts system, but what they're doing in this film is silat, is what it's called.
Oh.
It's an Indonesian martial arts system, and it's similar in that you learn certain movement patterns, like these angled strikes. And the cool thing is you essentially learn the movements, and then you can apply it with different weapons. So that's why, like in Kali, you learn striking with a stick, striking with your elbow, fist, a bolo, a bunch of different weapons. Or in Born, he rolls up a fucking magazine and beats the shit out of
I love that.
the guy in his own apartment with a magazine. So it's special guest appearance. But it's really cool. That's very much like it's one mind. Yeah. So
I really like the fighting styles. I also haven't seen this in a movie really, but the like feign hits.
Oh yeah, there's a couple of
There's
them.
a few like feign
the
Aryan,
back crack. Yes.
No, not like that, but like he fakes the knee, but he goes for the punch instead. Or he
feign.
fakes a
I got
kick.
you. Yeah.
Like so fast.
Yeah.
And it's so slick. Like
yeah.
I rarely do I see like people in movies or film or TV in general doing any kind of like feign shots to have someone like try to
it looks real.
Tanner.
It looks really real.
Tanner, I thought you said Bane moves. I was like, oh yeah, you mean when he broke his back? I didn't know what you were talking about.
There was,
but there was one of those too.
Everything.
But I agree. No, those fake outs were really cool. There were some really neat ones.
I don't think I've ever seen that in a movie before.
And when Emu,
sure,
the other guy fighting Ito, what was his character name? It was
Aryan.
The guy Aryan. Thank you. Jeez, come on, DeMarco. When he threw a kick, Ito catches his leg, and he
Emu.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought of. He throws a kick, guy catches his leg, and he repositions his knee so that he can't come in to try to break it, try to dislocate
it was very realistic fighting, which I
it's
really
fucking awesome
liked. I mean, other than the being able to be alive longer than you probably would be alive if being stabbed and beat the shit out of. But the actual fighting style was like very fucking kick-ass.
This is our like 65th movie, I think.
Yeah.
And
that's
I've been
awesome.
thinking about watching this since we started.
Oh, wow.
It's been on the list.
Okay.
That's amazing. I will say anything with him in it, any of those actors in it, but especially our guy, our raid guy, who I apparently don't remember his name.
We had to do the raid and the raid 2.
Yeah, you have to build up to this.
We did, and you were right. It's really like the guys from Raid, but significantly more violent.
Yeah.
Significant.
And
it's like, oh.
And one movie we'll definitely have in the future, Tanner, that you will love is Dredd. It's a Judge Dredd with Carl Urban. It's very.
I remember you guys talked about that
it's very inspired by the Raid. It's really fun, and Carl Urban is just having a great time being a total.
There's a
badass.
lot of controversy about did it rip it off, or were they kind of filming at the same time?
Yeah,
like because there's a lot of crossover.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Oh, they were filmed. Oh, that's right. They were made around the same time.
But they're kind of like exactly the same story.
They're pretty,
But
yeah,
the story is also not new. It's the game of death or whatever with Bruce Lee, right? Like
exactly,
it's not a new
exactly.
concept of like we got to go up through the levels of problems.
We gotta go up.
Yeah.
We gotta go up.
We gotta go up. Yeah.
So, Game of Death, also another classic
That's
that
the one, yeah.
we'll watch at some point. It's actually a fun story, really quick. That was my first Chuck Norris movie I ever saw was Missing in Action 2, the beginning. You notice I'm big on the sequels. I'm a big sequels guy. I love the second and third in all these franchises. But I watched that movie. It might have been, and my parents borrowed it at the library, at the public library, a VHS
Sweet
copy
library.
of it. Yeah. And I watched it and was obsessed. I watched it over and over and over again. And like, it was overdue, so we had to like return it, and then I immediately checked it back out and watched it another 50 times.
Did your parents take it out for themselves or for you?
Yeah. Well, my parents actually,
which one?
They watched it both.
Did they?
He's explaining.
He just said
It was
Let him explain.
It was for both. Both my parents have always been huge action movie. Actually, my mom even coined the term. She calls them kick-ass movies. She'd say that back in fucking early 90s when I was a little kid. She's like, yeah, we're gonna watch a kick-ass movie. And I'm like, oh, what's that? And she's like, oh, well, they try to kill the bad guy, or they try to kill the good guy, but he's a tough guy, and then he kills everybody else. I'm like, well, that's fucking great. and then we and mostly we're watching like stuff that wasn't too terribly violent. And then we watched Total Recall, which is like Paul Verhoeven, super bloody, very, very violent. And my mom, the scene where the guys anyways, yes, so good. He kills a bunch of guys really quick. And I remember watching that scene with my mom, and I was like watching it going, oh wow, it's really bloody. And my mom's like, oh no, they're just asleep. They're just sleeping awake back
now.
up.
What about the three tits? Where how'd she explain?
Oh yeah, let's talk about that. I think they had a policy like until I reached a certain age, it was like I would leave the room for certain scenes. If it's a movie they'd seen.
They paused it on three tits.
Paused it on 3 tits. Like, you didn't see this. Leave
the room.
You gotta go. Oh man, yeah. Well, I remember when I watched RoboCop for the first time. I wasn't 6 like Ben, so but I wasn't much older either. I was probably 11 or 12, which is still too young to see it. And the scene where Homeboy has a couple of lady friends over and Kurtwood Smith comes in to take him out. As soon as that scene started, my dad's like, yep, you gotta leave. Except this time my dad paused and he's like, all right, sons, leave.
Yeah. Murphy getting shot in that movie fucked me up for a while.
Dude, that's gnarly, man. It's really, and the whole when Kurtwood Smith is just holding the shotgun and he just goes,
but he's Jesus. He comes back.
That's right.
He's Robo Jesus.
He's Robo Jesus. Gotta love it.
I love him in that movie, and then I also love him obviously as Red Foreman in That 70s Show. Just amazing actor. Love Kurtwood. So, well, boys, do you have anything else to add about our amazing 65th film? This is cool.
That was an excellent return to Action Club.
Go watch more Timo movies. I will say, the director.
Yeah,
the Big Four has some really fun stuff in it, but it's like light-hearted movie, like action.
Yeah,
kind of dumb.
Is there acting?
But Headshot and The Shadow Strays are really good.
Shadow Strays is on my list. I probably will watch that in the next couple weeks for sure.
Well, boys, that's another solid one. I want to thank all of you so much for tuning in. Oh, Ben, were you gonna say something?
No.
Oh, dang, you got me.
Just basking in it. I'm just happy.
he's feeling it. He's in the moment. This is a great night. We had a shakaroni for dinner, and I've got a new microphone.
The shakaroni did not disappoint. No free ads.
Shout out to Shakaroni.
No free ads on here, but
Shakaroni, Papa John's.
If they want to send us another shakaroni on our next recording,
extra garlic sauce.
Bring on the extra garlic sauce.
Absolutely.
We were talking it's probably not the pizza that's gonna make your butt explode.
It's
the garlic
it's the
sauce.
garlic sauce, but it's
Because no one knows what's in
but
there.
it's so worth it.
I think it's just butter
And garlic
It's so
and
good.
garlic.
and
Yeah.
sauce.
But it's
I mean,
like
I definitely
cheap imitation butter and garlic.
Yeah.
to give you a fun little reference. What's actually going on right now in my GI system is could be named by the film Fire Down Below.
Are you like the woman in the hallway, the blonde woman who got her intestines came out?
Yeah, that's gonna happen to me tomorrow morning after this fucking.
Whoops. My intestines are in the toilet bowl.
Oh, fuck.
Spoiler alert. Oh man.
Anyway.
Well, anyways, thank you all for
Shakaroni.
tuning in, and shakaroni. Go get your shakaroni, your nearest Papa John's. Oh man, thank you all so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.